Towing company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you are stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Baseball is America's pastime. And friends, now more than ever, it's important to hold on to our traditions. There's a rumbling in the Ozarks. Baseball is a tradition that softens the hard blows that life can sometimes give us. Traditions that bind us as families, that binds us as communities, but most importantly, binds us as Americans. Welcome to the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
And in season one, that talent level with those 4 teams that we initially drafted in the original 60, it supported everything that I thought that Ozark could be and what the GRBL could be.
It's that nostalgic, bring you back to the glory days feeling of being able to say, man, this is awesome. This is exactly how I remembered it.
The experience of stepping in the batter's box, looking the pitcher in the eye, and you're like, he's trying to strike you out, you're trying to get a hit. I've not found that feeling anywhere else in the world ever. It's just something that can never be matched except right there on the baseball field.
I appreciate the league because it's given me an opportunity to go out and love baseball again and just enjoy it.
You put the competitive aspect of it with the fun that the guys have in the dugout, the different ages and stuff, and you just can't miss. Like, you just cannot mess up. Like, you're going to have a great time.
I get to be around new faces every year. I get to be around new people that love the game as much as I do. And that's really why I do it. And, of course, I still get to compete against the pitcher.
Coming into Grip and Rip, it was just everything that I was really hoping for. When you first hear about it, it's like, oh, it's a men's baseball league. You know, how competitive can it really be? It's not until you step out there and try it, or the first game of the year, you're like, oh, dang, these guys are legit.
It's a one-of-a-kind deal, so it's awesome to be part of it. So just to explain kind of what all goes into the league itself, people are kind of blown away by it. So then they understand why I'm taking it seriously.
It sounds silly, everybody talks about it, but GRBL is a brotherhood. Whether it's your teammates or the other team, it doesn't matter how old you are. We're all brothers, we're all baseball players, and that's just a simple thing about it.
Yeah, it's funny, like with my 9-year-old, she's like, Dad, you're so good at baseball, like you're so good out there. And it's like, if you only knew, I'm not necessarily batting that good out there. You know? So, but they're going to remember the good things. That's the cool thing about kids.
My kids have never seen me play ball like that. You know, I talk about it a lot, but it's really hard to put into true context until you get out there and your kids see you play ball on the field.
I'm more excited for this than I think I've ever been with anything regarding baseball. People make an impact on you throughout the season.
Looking back at it, that's kind of what this league's about. Obviously, to go out and compete, but have fun again. And you're going to have that heart of a kid.
It is a 100% true love of the game. It has zero to do with contracts or money that's being thrown around right now. It's because they want to be there to play a children's game at a high level.
And a miss, he got him, and the Moon City Mavericks have done it 4-0. They defeat Nixa today. Clay Murphy punctuates it with a strikeout, and the Mavericks are going to play for the ultimate prize. The coveted Howard Bell Trophy will be in the balance.
Every single one of us, I feel like we left every game with a smile on our face. And I think that for a lot of us.
We won games because we played as a team. We got behind, we came back as a team, and somebody was always getting a big hit. So it was a total team.
We are live in
Ozark, Missouri, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League, and the site of this GRBL South Division matchup between the Branson Showmen and the Nixa Suckers. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance Berger. Serious playoff implications dangle in the balance on this one. Suckers, 4 wins against 1 loss. Just a 7-game regular season here in the GRBL, as all games are played out on Sundays. So Nixa looking to try and solidify first place in the GRBL South Division, having just watched the Ozark Mountain Ducks fall to 3-3 at the hands of the Springfield Metropolitans. So the Nixa Suckers could lock up the GRBL South Division if they can beat the Branson Showmen today. But not so fast, my friend. The Branson Showmen, very talented club, 2 wins against 3 defeats, really starting to come into their own as of late, having won 2 of their last 3 under the management of Cole Rourke. They will send out a couple of the top pitchers in the GRBL this season. Skyler Henson, the Marionville Comet, gets the start. And we will likely see Seth Burns come on in relief later today, and Burns has been very good in his own right. Beautiful day for baseball, 78 degrees this afternoon here in Ozark, Missouri. Not really a cloud to be had in the sky, and the one knock on the weather is the wind. It has been blowing out of the north, a little bit of north-northwest, if you will. 10 to 20 miles per hour. Winds should gradually slow as this one goes on, but the wind has been a factor. It was a factor earlier today as the Metropolitans defeated the Mountain Ducks 21-1 in what will go down as the most lopsided and highest margin of victory, both in the history of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Let's meet the starters first for the Branson Showmen. They'll be the visitors on the scoreboard today. Showmen will start things off with their shortstop. He wears number 2 from Licking, Missouri. That is Carter Rennie. Batting second is the extra hitter, number 15 from West Plains, Missouri, Brady Dean. Batting third, the center fielder from College of the Ozarks, number 10, Jacob Carlson. Batting fourth is number 17. He's the third baseman, David Edwards. Batting fifth, Canada's greatest expert, originally from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, number 14, Jared Fox. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Toby Yorks. Batting seventh is number 7. He's the right fielder today, Seth Burns. Batting eighth is the second baseman from Osage Beach, Missouri, Drew Acosta. Batting ninth is the pitcher from Marionville, Missouri, Skyler Henson. And batting in the 10th spot is the left fielder. He wears number 9. That is Jamar Avery Hart. Nixa Suckers, 4 wins against 1 loss. That came last week, 6-2 at the hands of their cross-Christian County rivals, the Ozark Mountain Ducks, looking to get back on track and get that fish school swimming again. Out in right field, leading off for the Suckers, is number 1, Hayden Gibson. Batting second is their center fielder. He's number 3, R.J. Neese. Batting third is the Suckers' ace. He's number 13, the pitcher, Josh Engler. Batting in the 4th spot, leading the GRBL with 9 hits coming into the day, the catcher, number 6, Courtney Spitz. Batting in the 5th spot is the extra hitter. He wears number 8 from San Jose, California, Matthew DiLeonardo. Batting 6th is the first baseman, J.D. Payne. Batting 7th is the second baseman, Eric Grisham. Hitting in the 8th spot is number 18, the third baseman, Dustin Bean. Batting 9th, starting in left field. We will likely see him on the pitcher's mound before the day is done. That's Ben Graham. And then batting 10th is the shortstop, Dalton Winkler. So Josh Engler, the 2021 GRBL MVP, is on the hill for the Nixa Suckers today, having another tremendous season, leading the GRBL in strikeouts, and a 1.88 ERA is nothing to sneeze at either. Across 24 innings, he's given up just 5 earned runs, scattered 23 hits, struck out 38, walked 6, and hit 3 batters. On pace, perhaps, to challenge his own record, which is 69 strikeouts in a single 9-game season. May need to pick up pace a little bit, but Engler has had a couple of big strikeout games. Had 11 2 weeks ago, had 10 the week before that. And so one of the most prolific strikeout pitchers to ever do it here in the GRBL, Josh Engler, his third year in the league. And I think what is on his mind after the Nixa Suckers have jumped out, won their first 4 games, is that this team is contending. They're going to need to finish business, so to speak, in order to do it. But they've put themselves into an excellent position to try to lock up first place here in the GRBL South Division and get a first-round bye in the playoffs. That would be a big to-do if the Fish are able to pull that off today. But make no mistake, you cannot overlook the Branson Showmen. It is just too far good of a club to look past. Carter Rennie steps in to face Josh Engler. First pitch he sees is a fastball for a strike. We're underway at 3:08 p.m., so running just a little bit behind schedule after the big blow up in the noon game. This is the sandwich game of a triple header. It is the second to last triple header on the docket for the GRBL here in 2022. We got one more next week. After that, it's playoff time. Carter Rennie down 1-2, make that 2-2 as he looked at a slider in the dirt. Rennie, 21 years old, 2 for 13 for the campaign, 3-2 now. His sponsor is Rennie Pharmacy. Slider for a strike. Down goes Carter Rennie. First one of the day for Josh Engler, his 39th of the season. Brady Dean steps in. He's been very good. He's batted either leadoff or second for the Showman all season. 33-year-old teacher and coach. Went to Missouri Valley College. He's got 4 hits, 17 at-bats. Looked at a fastball there. So based on the outcome, the Ozark Mountain Ducks falling to 3-3 earlier today, Nixa has an opportunity to lock themselves in as the winners of the GRBL South. Still have 1 game left in the regular season after this one. That will be 3:00 p.m. next week. Springfield Metropolitans will play the Suckers. And the Mets will have a lot to play for as the GRBL North. For the moment, a little more undecided. But a big game in the North coming up tonight at 6 on baseball night in the Ozarks as the Moon City Mavericks take on the Republic Locos. So Brady Dean has worked into a 2-2 count against Josh Engler, who kicks and comes home. That will fill up the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch to Dean, up high, he walked him. Bring up one of the more dangerous hitters in the Showman lineup. This is Jacob Carlson, lives in Ozark, Missouri, originally from Nixa, but spent a lot of time around Branson when he was at College of the Ozarks. Spent 3 seasons there for the Bobcats down at Point Lookout, just south of Branson. He is 8 for 15 here in 2022. Puts one in the air left field. Running in to get that is Ben Graham, and the former pitcher in the Washington Nationals farm system. Looking like a pretty competent left fielder there as he makes the catch for the first, or the second out rather. David Edwards steps up now for Branson as Carlson's average falls to an even 500. David Edwards is 5 for 13 and coming into today, 5 singles. A season ago, he had 13 hits in 37 at-bats, hit .351 as a member of the Republic Locos. This is his second year in the league. Originally from St. Cloud, Florida. Went to Polk Community College in Winter Haven, Florida, and then went to James Madison University. And at James Madison, He pitched predominantly in 2010 through 20 2/3. Now lives and works in Rolla, Missouri at University of Missouri S&T, where he's a strength and conditioning coach. For the S&T Miners athletic programs. He's behind here 0-2 after that foul ball. Engler comes set and comes home. He struck him out. 2 Ks in the first inning for Josh Engler. A 0 goes up on the board. We're just getting started. Nixa Suckers, Branson Showmen 0-0 will go to the bottom of the first. Right after this, have to say a big thank you to the title sponsor of our streaming coverage of the Grip and Rip on YouTube, and that is Central Bank of the Ozarks.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Ransberger back with you live at US Baseball Park. Bottom of the first inning, about to get underway. Suckers and Showman are scoreless. And it will be the first time today we get to see the Marionville Comets. Skyler Henson, up until this season, was the Grip and Rip League's all-time leader in strikeouts, now rates second all-time behind Andy Galley. So far here in 2022, he has pitched 16 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, given up 12 hits, struck out 13, walked 6, hit 2 batters. He has a 1.69 ERA. And that is second in the league in terms of earned run averages amongst pitchers who have 10 or more innings pitched. Clay Murphy entered the day the leader in that category from the Mets. He had a 1.5 ERA. You've got Skyler Henson at 1.69 and John Bortz from the Republic Local next, also at 1.69. So Skyler Henson likely to get the 5-inning assignment from the Branson Showman today. Hayden Gibson will be the first batter he faces. Then it'll be RJ Neese and Josh Engler for the Fish. But in the GRBL, pitchers are restricted to throw no more than 3 innings. There are no pitch counts, but there is a cap of 3 innings per pitcher. However, a club may designate one pitcher to be the 3+ pitcher for the game. He or she or they can go a maximum of 5 innings. Skyler Henson has, with some regularity, been the 5-inning pitcher for the clubs he's been on. A hot shot grounder goes back to the mound. Henson fielded it very nonchalantly and stylishly, makes the throw over to first base to Toby Yorks in time for the first out. RJ Neese is up next. Neese took a couple of years away from Grip and Rip baseball. Last played in the league in 2019, but has picked up very nicely where he left off. There's a great dive by the Showman second baseman Acosta. The throw will not get there in time, but he just about robbed Neese of a hit. Instead, it will go down as a well-earned infield single, but Drew Acosta just about took one away as he kept that ball from going into the outfield. So RJ Neese now 5 for 11 on the year. That brings up Josh Engler. Most Valuable Player Award winner with the Locos a season ago. He had 12 hits for that club. He is 2 for 10 with a single and a triple, and 4 batted in so far for the Suckers. So seeing a few fewer at-bats over the course of his games here in 2022 is Engler. The 1-0 is a slider. He checked the swing to make it 2-0. Jared Fox appealed, and that will be overturned. Field umpire says yes, he did go. This is a pretty good little battle here. You've got Josh Engler from Mount Vernon, Missouri, now lives in Aurora. And then you've got Skyler Henson from Marionville. Both towns on Highway 60. There goes the neighborhood. 2-1. Slider for a strike there. Engler, a little inside-out swing. This is grounded to the shortstop. Carter Rennie flipped the hips and threw to second, so they take away the lead runner. Nice job by Rennie. Doesn't really throw against his body momentum that time. 6'4" fielder's choice in the books. So the Suckers still have one runner on. That is Engler at, I'll check that. They're going to courtesy run, so this is Scott Wilson at first, running in Engler's stead. Another rule in the GRBL, pitchers and catchers may have courtesy runners come on for them. And Engler is fast, but Scott Wilson may just be ever so slightly a speed upgrade. 2 outs on the board, 0-0 the score. We're just in the bottom of the first. Courtney Spitz has been electrifying for the Nixa Suckers in 2022. 8 for 15. Got an inside the park home run, a couple of triples, 3 singles. He has batted in 8 runs. He has walked 3 times, so on base percentage north of 500 for Spitz, having an absolute career year. This is his 5th season. It's his 5th as a manager as well. And Courtney Spitz has not been shy about saying, hey, this is the year I want to make some noise. This is the year I want a Nixa Suckers team to make it all the way to the championship game. Slider from Henson. Spitz checked the swing. 2-2. Deuces wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skyler Henson from the chest. Oof. Missed outside, kind of slammed his hand against his pant leg in frustration there. Not getting the spin on the ball that he wanted. So we're full up. Payoff pitch to Spitz. Another breaking ball. He struck him out looking. Spitz not buying it, but the Branson Showmen jog off on the strikeout by Skyler Henson. So 0-0 is the score. Showman will bat in the top of the second. When we come back, it is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
We've played one. 0-0 the score between the Nixa Suckers and the Branson Showmen. Josh Engler back out to the hill to deal. A little bit of a delay there as his catcher Courtney Spitz made the last out in the first inning, so Engler just getting the warm-up throws started. Showmen are scheduled to send up Jared Fox, Toby Yorks, and Seth Burns, the 5, 6, 7 hitters, in their 10-man lineup. While we're at it, we'll take a moment to say a couple of thank yous. Remember, today's game is not at all copyrighted by the Grip and Rip Baseball League for the enjoyment of our audience. Please share with your friends. Any use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the GRBL's consent is encouraged. The legal disclaimer presented by Tolbert Beetle, the official legal partner of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. After you've been injured due to the negligence or recklessness of another, you need a personal injury attorney who is ready to fight for you. Tolbert Beetle only works for victims of accidents and workers' compensation claims and never represents the interests of corporations or insurance companies. When you are owed compensation, the team at Tolbert Beetle will work relentlessly until you get the results you deserve. Jared Fox steps into the right-handed batter's box to face the righty Josh Engler. He looks at ball one as it goes by. Jared Fox lives in Ozark, Missouri, but originally is from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada. He and his wife, Jessica, now call Ozark home. Jared works for Springfield City Utilities. He's a power plant engineer. Two and one to Fox. Came from Canada to the U.S. to study engineering at Missouri S&T. Has 36 hits in his GRBL career in 111 at-bats. Thought he was taking the walk there. Instead, umpire's hand came out, so 3-2. Full up for Jared Fox in a scoreless ball game, top of the second. Engler's pitch. Got him looking. Second strikeout, or third strikeout of the day, rather, for Josh Engler. Brings up Toby Yorks. And as we continue to count for Josh, he is the league's leader in Ks. 41. He will not get a K this time as Toby Yorks puts one in the air to center field, and R.J. Neese misjudged it in the wind. It's over his head. It is a stand-up double for Toby Yorks. He got all of that one. Neese, I think, anticipated it would die, but the ball just kept carrying and carrying off the bat of Red Poseidon, who now stands tall at second base in scoring position with one out. Big opportunity for the Showman as Seth Burns comes to the plate, fights this one off. Right side, nobody is there to cover the bag, so it's an infield single for Burns, but Yorks ended up staying put at second. Maybe some thought the pitcher was going to go cover, he said, as he slaps himself on the chest, apologizing to his manager, Rourke. Nonetheless, that's back-to-back hits for Branson, so the Showmen are in business. A double by Yorks, a single by Burns. One out on the board. Drew Acosta swings. Fouls that one off for a strike. Acosta 1 for 11. Ooh, well, he's going to stay 1 for 11, but on base percentage is going up as he just got hit right between the 1 and the 2 on his back. And that loads him up. Big opportunity here for the Showman in the second. Should be Skyler Henson batting, as Avery Hart was in the on-deck circle. So Henson went to go get some fresh baseballs for the umpire. It'll be Henson then Avery Hart. So Skyler Henson with an opportunity to help his own cause. Swing swing and a miss there at a high fastball. He is 4 for 15 for the campaign, all of them singles, 2 runs batted in. Has also struck out 4 times. Pops this one. Winkler, the shortstop, back to get that, and he makes the catch for the second out. Runners stay put. Now it is Jamar Avery-Hart. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Big opportunity here for Jamar, the human resources worker. Went to Trine University. That's in Indiana. He is from northern Indiana, up around South Bend. Ooh, looked at a fastball for a strike there. Engler ran him the 2-seamer. Righty against righty here. Avery-Hart 3 for 11, make it 4 for 12. Base hit into right. Yorks scores. It is 1-0. Branson Showmen take the lead on a great piece from Jamar Avery-Hart. An RBI single out into right. Breaks the seal, and so the Showmen jump out front. Back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot they go, and Carter Rennie, 21-year-old from Licking, Missouri. With a funny name, but they play some pretty serious baseball under the direction of Hall of Famer Harv Antel and assistant manager Cole Rourke, who is both the GM and the field manager of these Branson Showmen. One and one to Rennie. Fastball on the outer half. 2-seam, caught just enough break back in to get that outer half of the plate. The 1-2. Over the top he went. That is a strikeout. 4 on the day for Josh Engler. But the Branson Showmen are on the board. They lead the Nixa Suckers 1-0. Back for the bottom of the second right after this.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8. Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Skyler Henson back to work for the Branson Showmen. Had an interesting milestone earlier today. Ozark Mountain Ducks pitcher Ben Van Gorp got the 100th strikeout of his career, becoming the 5th to get 100 Ks. And the man on the mound for the Branson Showmen was the first to be in the rare air of 100 Ks. That would be Skyler Henson. So Henson was the first. There have since been 4 others. They've also got Clay Murphy knocking on the door. He's at 95 for the Mets. Here's Matthew DeLeonardo for the Suckers. Swings and grounds this one softly. David Edwards, the third baseman, has to hurry. He will not get the throw there in time. That's going to go down as an infield single for the Ninja Turtle, Matthew DeLeonardo. And the kid from San Jose, California, is now 9 for 14 as a rookie here in the GRBL. They are not all things of beauty, but it doesn't matter how they get there. They all count. J.D. Payne, Nixa, Missouri native, steps up, looks at a strike. Went to College of the Ozarks and teaches and coaches fast pitch softball at Hurley High School. That is a little bit south and west of Nixa. Here's a grounder to first. Yorks fields it and steps on the bag, then fakes the throw. So the Suckers the Showman rather, opts to retire Payne at first. Smart play by Yorks, but it does move DeLeonardo into scoring position for Eric Grisham, the second baseman. He hits in the 7th spot for the Suckers. Another talented rookie on a pretty talent-laden team, Eric Grisham, 30 years old, a farmer from Lockwood, Missouri. Went to Greenfield High School. Actually, I believe lives in Arcola, Missouri, which is a little more of a census-designated place than a booming metropolis. Nevertheless, Grisham hitting .400. He is 4 for 10, 4 singles. Does everything right-handed, but bats left-handed because he says his bat speed is faster that way. That's what speed do. 0-1 breaking pitch from Henson is outside. So Grisham, farmer and an outdoorsman as well, recruited into this league by his Suckers teammate Josh Engler. Looked at a strike. Matter of fact, I don't know when he got it, but Grisham just shared a photo on social media this morning of a successful deer hunt. So he may be functioning on very little sleep, not sure. 2-2. Runner on second is DeLeonardo. Suckers trail the Showman 1-0. Henson's pitch dropped down submarine style. Came up low to the catcher Fox, so we're full up. Eric Grisham not falling for it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Henson comes set, now comes home. Slider for a strike, got him looking. That is 2 strikeouts today for Skyler Henson, and they have both been of the looking variety. There's Dustin Bean. He's got a couple of hits. 2 for 11 is Bean from Springfield, Missouri. For Courtney Spitz himself, recruited Bean to come out and try out. Here's a grounder to short. Carter Rennie up with it for the Showman. Hurried the throw for just a second, but ended up getting Bean by 2 steps. So stellar play there in the hole at shortstop continues for Carter Rennie of the Branson Showmen. 1-0 is the score. The Showmen lead the Suckers. Back with the 3rd inning after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you never miss our live broadcasts every Sunday in the fall.
You love your truck, and Placid Tire Service is here to help you make it even better. We've got wheels, leveling kits, and of course, the area's largest selection of light truck tires. With ATs and mud tires up to 35s and bigger, Placid Tire Service has you covered. And we can help you select a great combination that will work with your truck. Take your truck from stock to spectacular with Placid Tire Service. In Springfield on East Sunshine, West Sunshine, and South Campbell, and now open at 1007 Kenneth in Nixa. That's Placid Tire Service.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with community drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Jodelina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the difference.
Back at U.S. Baseball Park, where the Branson Showmen lead the Nixa Suckers 1-0. Getting ready to get us going here in the 3rd. It'll be Bradeen. We have 2, 3, 4 hitters for Carlson and Edwards. Josh Engler starts Brady Dean off with a fastball on the outer half for a strike. Dean checked it, and we'll get the benefit of the check swing for ball 1. So Brady took a walk his first time up. Likes to crowd in, and then kind of crouches down, trying to make that strike zone small. Slider for a strike. Big one-handed finish for Dean. Josh Engler got him badly there. 2-2. Slider for a strike. Looking. Goes Dean. That is now 5 strikeouts for Josh. Jacob Carlson flew out to left field last time. So he's hitting .500. 8 for 16. Six singles, a triple, and a home run. Engler ran that inside. 1-1 now. Carlson coming off his best season ever. He was 10 for 32 for Moon City en route to a championship a season ago. That was well hit, but nice read and a nice catch by Ben Graham, the left fielder. So for the second time today, Graham gets Carlson. 2 outs go on the board. David Edwards steps in now. And Edwards and Engler, teammates a season ago with the Republic Locos. Both of them wearing different jerseys here in 2022. So familiar foes. Cole Rourke, Showman Skip just barehanded a pretty hotly hit foul ball over there in the coach's box. Did it with his pitching hand. I mean, that is a choice you can make as David Edwards lifts one in the air left field. Camping out is Graham. Ball had just a little bit of dip to it at the end, but Graham stepped up and made the catch. So Ben Graham has been busy out there in left field. Nevertheless, it is the Branson Showmen with the lead, 1-0. Nixa Suckers will look for answers right after this.
This coffee just isn't doing it for me today.
You say that every morning.
Yeah, I just can't get my day started.
You should really try Sumit's Hot Yoga. They have early morning classes, and trust me, it wakes you up better than coffee.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust, too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Oh, got some hot bread flying around the ballpark right now. Some Lambert's Throwed Rolls. Yes, just down the street from the world-famous Lambert's Restaurant, U.S. Baseball Park. We're also right next door to Marucci Clubhouse Midwest, the official baseball bat supplier of the Grip and Rip. You can stop by the clubhouse for all your needs from Marucci, Victus, and Lizard Skins. Marucci Clubhouse Midwest, located at 3998 North 19th Street. And, you know, there are Marucci clubhouses kind of scattered throughout the United States, but this one in Ozark, pretty special. You can not only go buy all the Marucci, Victus, and Lizard Skins gear, but you can put it to work, hopping into the clubhouse to get a lane to hit, to train. They've got coaches on site if you need one-on-one lessons. And in terms of the Marucci clubhouses, this one in Ozark, one of the top performers in several categories. So Jeff Hunter and his crew doing a great job. Marucci Clubhouse Midwest. Skyler Henson doing a nice job against Ben Graham here. He's tied him up. No balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the third. Henson comes home with a slider. Graham reaches out, sends it back. Foul ball to stay in the hunt. And that time, Henson worked him upstairs. Graham got tied up and struck out. 1 out goes on the board. That'll bring up Dalton Winkler. Skyler Henson has faced 2 above minimum so far. He has allowed 2 infield singles. Those are the only blemishes. Other than that, 3 strikeouts. And a 1-0 lead for the Branson Showmen. To go with that, there's strike one to Dalton Winkler from Buffalo, Missouri. Winkler lifts this one into the outfield. Over to get that is Carlson, and the Showman center fielder covers the gap and makes the catch for the second out. Back to the top of the order we go. Here's Hayden Gibson from Cabot, Arkansas. Originally Branson, Missouri. He was a multi-sport athlete who played college soccer. He was a goalkeeper and went on to play semi-pro soccer in Germany. Inside out swing. Gibson sends one foul. This is his second stint with the Nixa Suckers. He was the Rookie of the Year with the club in 2020. 11 for 25. He was then 9 for 27 with the Showman a season ago. Back with the Suckers now, hitting .349 on the season. He's also walked 3 times and been hit by a pitch, so a .538 OBP for Gibson, who works for a chimney sweeping company. He lives in Cabot, Arkansas, but business mostly out of Little Rock and then serving the surrounding area. So every Sunday he gets in the car and makes a pretty good drive from Central Arkansas to Ozark, Missouri to play here. But Hayden Gibson, so just one of the more dedicated athletes and a big advocate for the GRBL. Just loves the opportunity to get to play in this league and all that it represents. Full count here. Henson throws the 3-2 to Hayden Gibson. That's outside. He walked him. So Hayden Gibson takes the free pass with 2 outs. And he's on for R.J. Neese. So Neese from High Ridge, Missouri. Came to Springfield to go to Drury University, where he started all 4 years, essentially. Was the Panthers' all-time leader in runs batted in total bases, in doubles. Had 275 hits in 4 years. Also had a career batting average of .355 at Drury. 171 runs scored, just absurd numbers all around. And a Midwest Region Gold Glove Award winner as a catcher. Caught some for the Suckers earlier on this season. However, he has been predominantly the center fielder for the Fish. As Courtney Spitz, the manager, has kept himself behind the plate. Especially as the weather has cooled off. It's gotten a little bit more manageable for a catcher to go 9 innings. 1-1. Fastball from Henson, misses high. He's being careful with Neese. Respecting the situation here. Runner on, 1-run game, 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. Slider to Neese. Caught the outer half. Umpire almost called 3 strikes. The problem was that was only strike 2. Hey, it happens. Sunday triple hitters make long days for everyone. So deuce is wild here. 2-2-2. Henson comes set, sends a slider. Neese read it, popped it up into left field. Jamar Avery-Hart makes the adjustment, makes the catch, and that is the 3rd out. So the Showmen keep the Suckers at bay. 1-0 is the score. We will go to the 4th inning right after this.
My name is Paul Sunday with Big Whiskey's American Restaurant and Bar, started in Springfield, Missouri. I've always been under the impression you do what you're good at. I got started in the restaurant industry back when I was 18. The original Big Whiskey's was established on Park Central East here, which happens to be Route 66. The concept of Big Whiskey's was very simple. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We just wanted to do what others were doing better. We basically are a restaurant that celebrates our bar. We're a restaurant that celebrates sports. But more importantly, we're a restaurant that has a great food product. We've won awards with our pasta dishes, our steaks, our wings, our buffalo chicken dip. People are going to think I'm cliche by saying, well, everything's good. What makes Springfield special to me, whenever I was younger, I used to say that it was big enough to get lost, but not big enough to lose yourself. So I think that it has all the attributes of a big city with, quite frankly, the quaintness of the folks that live inside it.
One to nothing. We've played 3 innings here at US Baseball Park. The Suckers and the Showman, a GRBL South Division tilt with some pretty serious playoff implications hanging in the balance. The Showman trying to win this game in effort to improve to 3-3 at the same time. That would knock the Nixa Suckers down to 4-2. So really, no matter what happens in this game, the Suckers will retain first place in the GRBL South at the end of the day. But a Branson win could set the Showman up to try to challenge the Suckers for that spot on the final day of the regular season. They would, of course, need to win their game, and next week on October 2nd, the Showmen play the Moon City Mavericks, and then they would also need the Springfield Mets to beat the Nixa Suckers. And at the same time, it would also help them out if the Republic Locos knock off the Ozark Mountain Ducks next week on baseball night in the Ozarks. So, I mean, statistically, it's all still in play for the Showman here. But a Nixa win in this game would give the Suckers the division title. Here's a grounder off the bat of Jared Fox to Josh Engler. Josh opting not to flip the ball to the first baseman Payne, instead had a little bit of a track meet with Jared Fox and a little dance move at the end. So Fox is retired. Unassisted put out for Josh Engler. Here's Toby Yorks. He doubled last time up. It is a comeback year for certain for the aquarist from Rolla, Missouri, Toby Yorks, who now lives in Springfield. Works at Wonders of Wildlife, spends a lot of his time underwater, and when he's not diving, cleaning aquariums, checking on the fish, he is preparing food to feed the fish. So excellent knife skills on Toby Yorks. And Toby now with 9 hits, 9 for 21, so he's leading the GRBL in hits. Could take the lead outright here if he can get another hit in this ball game. But right now, Yorks and Courtney Spitz and Trent Simpson all sharing the top of the leaderboard in the Elite Promotions Hit King standings. 0-2 to Toby outside. The 1-2 swung on. This is in the air into center field, tailing down, but not down in time. R.J. Neese makes the catch on the run. Nice play by the Suckers center fielder, and that gets a tough out there, Toby Yorks. Seth Burns had an infield single last time. Seth, the beef cattleman from Sleeper, Missouri. He went to high school at Stoutland, which is on the Camden-Laclede County line, a few miles up Interstate 44. It's about 35 miles up I-44 from Springfield, I'd say. Then another 10 at least down 65 here to Ozark. So Seth is probably driving every bit of an hour one way to come play ball in the GRBL. Down on strikes he goes there. Josh Engler racks up another strikeout, 6 for him through 4 innings, and so the score remains Branson Showmen 1, Nixa Suckers nothing. Fish will try to get on the board when we come back.
Do you want to do more? Are you feeling called to help? Some will just hang on. Others will raise their hand to truly help. Phoenix Home Care is looking for raised hands. Phoenix Home Care and Hospice needs help. Phoenix Home Care is hiring immediately for caregivers who want to help people live life with dignity in their own homes. Take this time of crisis to seize an opportunity. Go to phoenixhomehc.com and click on the Careers tab. Be different. Make a difference. Choose Phoenix.
Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. I choose Phoenix.
Skyler Henson back to the hill for the Branson Showmen in the fourth. So both clubs using the 3+ inning designations on their starting pitchers. From this point forward, any pitcher who comes on in relief for both teams will be restricted to a limit of 3 innings. And each team will have to make at least 2 Henry's towing pitching changes before this one is over. But for the moment, the Showman sticking with the hot hand, Skyler Henson. He is scheduled to face Engler, Spitz, and DeLeonardo. So the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Nixa. Suckers trying to get back to their winning ways, ripped off 4 consecutive wins to start the season and then stubbed their toe a week ago against their rivals, the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Engler grounded to short last time. This time he lines the ball over the shortstop's head. That's a base hit wherever you are in any league, a single out into left center field. And so he is on for Courtney Spitz. Engler now, by the way, for those of you tracking his career, 141 strikeouts he has pitched. That's a lot of Ks. Off the bat of Spitz, that ball goes out into left. Avery Hart knocks it down. So back-to-back hits for the Suckers. That is the 10th hit of the season for Courtney Spitz. He now takes the league lead outright in that category. And that is, by my count, the first time for Courtney Spitz to get 10 or more hits in a GRBL season. So the milestones just continuing to pile on for the Suckers manager. 1-0 to Matthew DeLeonardo, who had an infield single last time. Swings and touches this one foul. That's going to trickle to the on-deck circle where J.D. Payne is there to get it. Ball and a strike to DeLeonardo, a data analyst. Finished out his college career at Sonoma State University. Played junior college baseball at Gavilan College. He was a pitcher, 37 2/3 innings in 10 starts he had. The California Community College Athletic Association. Finished out a Bachelor of Science at Sonoma State. 1-2. Breaking ball swung on. Great diving play by David Edwards, the third baseman, but he will not be able to get up and cover the bag in time as Scott Wilson, the courtesy runner, gets in safely. So Matthew DeLeonardo gets himself another infield single. He is just so good at collecting those. He's got 10 hits for the season. Craziness for DeLeonardo. The Ninja Turtle is now 10 for 15. So hitting .667. Small balling his opponents to death, DeLeonardo. Yeah, he was a pitcher only in college, so would not have done much hitting at all since high school. He went to Pioneer High School. That's one of 6 in the San Jose Public School District. But my goodness, what an impact Matthew DeLeonardo is making as a rookie here in the GRBL. Fun to watch. So bases loaded for the Suckers, nobody out as they have rattled off 3 hits in a row. J.D. Payne coming up here, big opportunity in a 1-run ball game. First time Skyler Henson has looked mortal today. Ran a 2-seamer in for ball 1. Well, J.D. Payne, 53 starts at College of the Ozarks in 2018. He was 61 of 190. That's a 321 average. College of the Ozarks at that time had gone to the National Christian College Athletic Association, so they had downshifted or lateral shifted, I should say, out of the NAIA. 2-0 to Payne as a strike. The landscape of competition had changed, is the best way I can phrase that. College of the Ozarks had a pretty public falling out with the NAIA. And that coincided with J.D. Payne's time in school there on the baseball team. 3-1. Payne lifts one. That's going to get over the second baseman's head and down. The first base hit in the GRBL career of J.D. Payne is going to bring home 2 runners, and the Suckers lead 2-1. The first 2 RBIs for J.D. Payne as a member of the hometown club. He made that count. Just taking what was given, looping that ball over the head of the second baseman Acosta. Not a lot Drew Acosta could have done about that whatsoever. And so the Nixa Suckers now 7 hits, 2 runs, and nobody out with runners on first and third. Eric Grisham is the batter, struck out looking last time. Two-seam fastball, swung on, fouled off. Oh, 2 breaker. Struck him out. Grisham having words with the man in charge. That is not going to change the call. I can promise you that. Down on strikes goes Grisham. It is Skyler Henson's 4th K of the day. Dustin Bean comes up next. Grounded out to short last time. So Ben Graham up now with the bases loaded. Big opportunity here with 1 out. Graham swings. This is tailing. That's going to get over the head of the first baseman, Yorks, and he lost track of the ball. DeLeonardo comes home. 3-1 for the Suckers, and Ben Graham collects an RBI. Just looped one right over the head of Toby Yorks. Was thinking about trying for the over-the-shoulder catch. Could not come up with it. Dalton Winkler up here. Rourke wanting, that's the manager of the Branson Showmen, Cole Rourke, talking to the plate umpire. Thought maybe an infield fly could have been called on that ball. No dice, says the plate umpire. So 3-1 is the score. Suckers have taken the lead with a big 4th inning here. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. Oh, and then the ball came out of the glove of the second baseman. Another run comes across. That's Payne, making it 4-1 for the Fish. E4 going up on the board. Back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot go the Suckers. They still have the bases loaded, and Hayden Gibson stands in the left-handed batter's box. Golfs one to second base. Acosta with it. They've got Winkler trapped, makes the tag for the first out, and they turn two. That was a 4-3. Looked a little bit shaky, but they got Hayden Gibson by a step. Not before the Nixa Suckers score 4 runs. Hits from Josh Engler, Courtney Spitz, Matthew DeLeonardo, a 2 RBI shot off the bat of J.D. Payne, and then Ben Graham with an RBI single. So a big reason why the Nixa Suckers are up 4-1. They lead it. Showman will try to respond right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
What gets me out of bed every morning is the possibility of helping people. I want to give people back their peace of mind. I want to know they have a fighter in their corner and they've been a victim of someone else's negligence to help put their lives back together. I want them to know it's going to be okay. Our creed at Toll the Beetle is tell them to be business. We want our clients to know that when they hire our law firm, the insurance companies are going to take them seriously. They're going to take their case serious. We leave no stone unturned to defend the case. We are on the cutting edge of trial technology. We have 2 decades of trial experience in representing injured clients. We become a part of our clients' struggle and take on that burden. We get our clients the justice they deserve. That's the rewarding part. The look on their face, their appreciation.
They know that our team has gone to battle for them and we have come out victorious. That is the most rewarding part.
We have carried their burden. We have walked in their steps. We have fought their fight.
Drew Acosta steps in for the Branson Showmen. Little shot at redemption here in the 5th inning as he will face Josh Engler. Swung at a high fastball there for strike 1. It's the 8, 9, and 10 hitters for the Showmen. So Acosta, Henson, and Avery Hart scheduled to bat. Suckers lead 4-1. Acosta swings and grounds this one to third. Throw brought J.D. Payne off the bag, but Payne adjusted, touched up, and got the out. So Dustin Bean, third baseman for the Suckers, gets the assist there, and it brings up Skyler Henson. So Skyler Henson right now, second all-time in the GRBL in strikeouts. He has 158 of them, counting the 4 in this game. Andy Galley is the all-time leader. He's with the Springfield Mets, 160. That won't help the strikeout total, but Skyler Henson just laced a single off of Josh Engler out into center field. So that'll start things off for the Showman. Henson is on for Jamar Avery Hart. Josh Engler, meanwhile, the Nixa pitcher, is at 141 career strikeouts, so 19 back from Galley, the all-time leader. Could potentially be in the conversation by season's end. Nothing is impossible with Josh Engler collecting Ks. Fastball to Avery Hart for a strike. So 1 out for the Showman, trailing by 3 runs. They've got a runner on first. Avery Hart swings, grounds this one to the shortstop. They will get 1. Winkler got it to Grisham, who opted to hold the ball. So 6-4, the fielder's choice. 2 outs on the board, back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff position, and Carter Rennie. 0 for 2 today. Rennie. Well, Engler taking a long look back. Not sure what that was about. There's not a runner back there. Nevertheless, Eric Grisham knocks it down at second, throwing from his knees in time to get the out. So a busy inning for Eric Grisham, the Suckers' second baseman. But they come away one above minimum in the inning. That single by Henson, inconsequential. 4-1, the Branson Showmen out in, or trail rather, the Nixa Suckers. Back with the bottom of the fifth right after this.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine Top 100 Bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
R.J. Neese comes up for the Nixa Suckers. They are up 4-1 on the Branson Showmen. Bottom of the fifth inning. Skyler Henson back out to work for Branson. Ran one inside, but not inside enough to touch R.J. Neese there. Just ball one. Henson going to take a minute to fix the living room rug on the pitcher's mound. Got to clean the rug once in a while. Neese fouls this one off. That is going to carry up into the seats. It will not make it to the lower concourse, but kid giving chase is going to come away with 25 cents. It's a pretty enterprising business. If you've got a youngster who is mobile, you know, kids 12 and under are free. Can collect enough 25-cent foul balls in a game to maybe make a little money back. Where else can you do that at the ballpark? Henson ahead, 1-2. Kicks and comes home. A slider. Neese grounds this one to the shortstop. Carter Rennie kicked it, but recovered nicely. 360 degrees of spin. And R.J. Neese is retired. Carter Rennie continuing to have a stellar stretch defensively. Even the mistakes just kind of fall his way. Got the first out. Bring up Josh Engler, Courtney Spitz in the on-deck circle. Josh looking to boost his offensive production a little bit. That will do it. That is a line drive into left field. Avery Hart knocked it down. Engler thought about going for extras and then wisely retreated back to first base. So Josh improves to 2 for 3 on the day. That will make him 4 for 14 for the season. So just like that, Josh Engler's batting average back in business. Courtney Spitz has not been hitting for average. He's been hitting for power. Spitzy now 9 for 20. Oh no, check that, 9 for 17. Better than I gave him credit for with an inside the park homer, 2 triples, 2 doubles. Chops this one. Great job by York stretching up to get that for the first out. Suckers do not turn 2. That was close. But close, my friends, only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and slow dancing. And so Courtney Spitz is called safe. 2 outs go on the board. And what was just an exciting 3-6 fielder's choice. Here's Matthew DiLeonardo, 2 for 2 today. Now 10 for 15. Somebody stop this guy. Spitz just took off and stole second base. Not at all running like a catcher is Courtney Spitz. Suckers up by 3, trying to pad the lead and trying to do it right here. 2 outs on the board. DeLeonardo. Slider swung on, lifted. That's going to go foul. Pretty good crowd has filed in here to the lower seats. Looks like a bunch of Nixa Suckers fans. 0-2 to DeLeonardo. Skyler Henson trying to punch out of the inning from the chest. Ooh, well, instead he plunks DeLeonardo right in the back, so the inning will continue. Third time for Matthew DeLeonardo to reach safely. Runners are on first and second for J.D. Payne, who had a big 2 RBI single in the 4th. That made it 2-1 for Nixa at that time. So that is currently standing up as the go-ahead run for the Fish. Henson starts him with a slider for a strike. Henson checks the runner Spitz, who will take off for third. Jared Fox's throw goes into the outfield, and Spitz is going to get aggressive, running on the arm of Jamar Averyhart. Showman cut the throw, and then the runner DeLeonardo safe at third. Edwards is incensed, but a run comes across for the Suckers. It is 5-1, and the inning will continue. That was aggressive on the part of the Suckers, but the gamble paid off. E2 will go up on the board as well as they charge Jared Fox with an error. 5-1. DeLeonardo at third, so it's now 1-1 to Payne. Grounds this one, a 1-hop to the shortstop. Carter Rennie up with it for the Showman, gets the out, but not before the Suckers do just a little more damage. 1 run tacked on. It is 5-1. Suckers trying to get their 5th win of the season. Branson will challenge when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
Team jersey? Check. Face paint? Check. Go Bill! Throw lozenge? Check. Money for tickets? Ooh, better check.
With Great Southern Mobile Banking, it's easy to check your balance, move some money, even pay someone back. Download the Great Southern app and be in your seat by game time. Great Southern Bank. We're fans too. Download the mobile app today.
Check.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hawkins with Key Cornerstone Realty, here to help with all your real estate needs in the St. Louis area. Do you have a house you want to sell for top dollar? We can help. With over 15 years of experience, our negotiating skills and expertise can help buyers and sellers get under contract fast. Contact us at keycornerstonerealty.com or call us at 636-447-8661. And go Locos!
Henry's towing pitching change for the Nixa Suckers as Josh Engler threw his 5. He has hit the limit, so as we start the 6th, it'll be Scott Wilson coming to the hill for the Nixa Suckers, the farm manager, originally from Neosho, Missouri. Scott Wilson so far in 2022, 9 2/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 12 earned runs on 14 hits, 8 strikeouts, 10 walks. He's hit 2 batters. A high ERA at 11.17. Has had some good outings, has had some rough ones. The last one was a rough one. 6 earned runs in 2 innings against the Ozark Mountain Ducks. 5 hits, walked 5 batters, and hit 2. We've seen how good he can be. September 11th had 3 shutout innings against Moon City, had a couple of shutout innings against the Mountain Ducks back on August 28th. So a little bit of feast of famine, perhaps, for Scott Wilson, the farmer from Neosho. Facing Brady Dean here, started him off with a ball up and out of the zone high. Well, you could throw that against a batter who is 6'6", but that is not who Brady Dean is as he chases one down and out of the zone there. So Dean, a switch hitter, batting right-handed against the lefty Wilson, who went to Crowder College. It's a junior college power in Neosho. Scott now lives in Miller. Oof, ran one way in. Dean got his shins back out of the way. 0 for 1 today is Dean. Walked in the first, struck out in the third. 3-1. That should be ball 4. I'm wondering, okay, I think Dean lost count of what the count was there. Yes, you get to walk now, young man. Those are the rules of baseball. Second free pass for Brady Dean today, and he is on for Jacob Carlson. So Carlson has been up twice. He has flied out to the left fielder, Ben Graham, both times. This one is lifted into center field. That is not R.J. Neese out there making the catch. But that looks like DeLeonardo, perhaps, for the Suckers making that catch. Nevertheless, it is the first out. Or no, that's Engler. That is Josh Engler in center field, making that grab, taking one away from Jacob Carlson. Interesting stuff. Wilson ran one way in on David Edwards there for a ball. I'll check. Yeah, okay. That is Matthew DeLeonardo. My mistake. We'll figure out who's in center field. In case you can't tell, I forgot my binoculars today. Yep, that is a number 8. He conveniently turned around. I can read the number. That is an 8. And that's why we ask for big number on the jerseys. Only took me 3 years to get that one through the commissioner's office. But thank you, Elite Promotions, for the big numbers. Here's a grounder to the shortstop. Winkler with it. One throw over to Graves, who flipped the hips, and they turn to Matt Graves. Continues sneaky good play over there at second base for the Nixa Suckers all season long. A 6-4-3 double play. So 5-1. The score remains. Fish out in front. They will try to tack on some more when we come back.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Henry's doing pitching change for the Branson Showmen. They call on 35-year-old Devin D.J. Braswell, originally from Hollister, Missouri, now makes his home in Ozark. Left-handed pitcher from the University of the Ozarks, not to be confused with the College of the Ozarks. University of the Ozarks is in Clarksville, Arkansas. DJ Braswell's gotten roughed up a little bit here in 2022, 6 2/3. He's allowed 8 earned runs on 10 hits, struck out 5, walked 4. He was electrifying as a rookie for the Moon City Mavericks a season ago. 20 1/3, allowed just 4 earned runs on 22 scattered hits, struck out 24, walked 8, finished with a 1.77 ERA. And what was most spectacular about Braswell is the second half that he had for Moon City on the way to winning the Howard Bell Trophy. He pitched 12 consecutive shutout innings, including 3 shutout innings in the playoff semifinals and 3 shutout innings with the Howard Bell Trophy on the line. He was Moon City's starting pitcher a season ago, and along with Jacob Smith and Clay Murphy, made up a 3-man group that went almost untouched through the playoffs. So DJ Braswell has struggled with a little bit of arm and shoulder soreness. I know, just very ill-timed for him this fall, but looking to get back into form at the right time as the Branson Showmen will try to make some noise down the stretch. Here's Eric Grisham. Second baseman stands in for the Suckers. First pitch he looks at from Braswell. Umpire thought about it and then kept his hand in his pocket. It's a ball. Be Grisham, Bean, and Graham scheduled to hit. Here comes the 1-0. That ran in, make it 2-0. Grisham 0 for 2 today, 4 for 12 for the season. Braswell wanted that one and did not get it. It is 3 balls, no strikes. And the lefty. High leg kick came home. That's a strike on the outer half. Grisham was all take there. So now the battle. 3-1, lifted into right field. Camping out and making the catch is Seth Burns for the Branson Showmen. That's the first out. Dustin Bean up next. 0 for 1 today. Nope, check that. This is Matt Graves. So Matt Graves pinch hitting for Dustin Bean here. Came on, made a nice play at second base. Top part of this inning. So Graves looking for his GRBL hit. He's a man of several vocations, works construction, also drives a truck. He is also a brand rep for a couple of different companies that make hunting products. Turkey hunting, big part of the outdoor life for Matt Graves. 1-1 with 1 out. Braswell threw him a changeup. This is swung on, grounded. David Edwards, the third baseman, over to get it. Nice play by Edwards to get the outs. So 2 outs. On the board, scheduled batter was Ben Graham, but this is Chandler Maples. So the Suckers going to the bench a little bit here in the 6th. Chandler Batts, as he is known, from Clever, Missouri, the wildlife scientist. He's 3 for 9 so far in 2022. This is his second stint with the Nixa Suckers. Had 5 hits in 15 at-bats for the Suckers in 2020. Was 3 for 12 for the Mets a season ago. But hitting .333 here in 2022 is Maples. Swung on, fouled that back. Down here 0-2 after that foul ball. Braswell kicks and comes home. Got him to chase. Beauty of a pitch for Devin Braswell. And a nice inning for him after struggling mightily at different points in the season, gets a 3 up, 3 down, and punctuates it with a strikeout. So the Showmen down 5-1, but a sign of life there. They will try to answer with some runs when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
Jared Fox bats for the Branson Showmen. We are in the stretch inning. In the 7th, Showmen trail the Nixa Suckers 5-1. Scott Wilson back out to the hill. It's the beneficiary of a 6-4-3 double play at the end of the 6th. Jared Fox swings and fouls one back. It'll be Fox, Yorks, and Burns scheduled to hit for Branson. So the 5, 6, 7 spots in the order, pretty formidable part of the lineup. Showmen need to produce, and don't have to get a 4-run deficit back in this inning, but it would behoove them to at least get 1, maybe 2 here in the 7th. Wilson's pitch goes outside. No harm done with no runners on. Forget, coming up at 6 o'clock, baseball night in the Ozarks. 6 o'clock Central, that is. Republic Locos taking on the Moon City Mavericks. GRBL North Division tilt with some playoff implications in the balance. Pop-up stayed on the infield. No problem for Eric Grisham, who's moved over from second to third as he makes the catch and Fox is out. So Suckers have Grisham at third, Winkler still at shortstop, Graves playing second base, and then they have brought Josh Wentler on to play first. Still Courtney Spitz behind the dish. Toby Yorks got turned inside out by the changeup there as he swung out of his cleats for good measure. 1 for 2 today with a double is Toby. Batting right-handed, he's another switch hitter. Hits left-handed so much, I kind of forget that he actually does bat switch, but will step in there to hit right-handed against lefties. 0-2, swung on, grounded. Winkler double clutched it. The Suckers shortstop, but all's well that ends well as the ball got to Josh Wentler in time. Seth Burns. He will do everything right-handed. 30-year-old walks up to, it's an interesting walk-up choice, in sync. Seth's a serious ball player, but on occasion likes to do something a little goofy. 1-0 from Wilson. That off-speed stuff is working for Scott Wilson. 1-1. Seth chased on the outer half and had a ball tailing away. You can tell Scott Wilson got roughed up in his last outing. He's feeling good today. There's a swing and a foul tip. Courtney Spitz tried to sell that as a dropped third strike. Umpire is going to say Burns got a piece. And now a minor debate ensues down in that circle around home plate. Nevertheless, we're going to set it up and do it again. 1-2. Suckers up 5-1. Scott Wilson did not get the walk-off strike there. Two and two. That is a called third strike on the outer half. So 3 up, 3 down for Scott Wilson. 5-1 is the score. Nixa Suckers out in front of the Branson Showmen. It is stretch time, and here in the GRBL, that means we're going to talk about Sumit's Hot Yoga, proud sponsors of the 7th inning stretch, because at Sumit's Hot Yoga, you are going to feel awesome.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Devin Braswell back to work for the Branson Showmen following that 7th inning stretch. It is Nixa 5, Branson 1. Suckers trying to hang on here. If they can hold on and beat the Branson Showmen, Nixa will win the GRBL South Division and clinch a first-round bye in the GRBL playoffs. So that has some massive implications for the club and for its manager, Courtney Spitz, who is trying to smash through a personal glass ceiling and advance beyond the semifinals for the first time in his GRBL career. Devin Braswell's first pitch to Dalton Winkler. The Nixa shortstop is outside for a ball. Winkler, number 10 man in the order. Looked at a strike there. It'll be Winkler and not Hayden Gibson, as the Suckers have a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. Chance Ferris. Little run inside there. Winkler backed off. 2 balls and a strike. Showman got a good start to this game, and Nixa has since found some offense after a slow start. 4 runs in a big 4th inning, telling the story so far in this one. 3 balls and a strike. And that is a walk. So Dalton Winkler takes the free pass. That is not unusual for Devin Braswell to walk a batter on occasion. Strikeout to walk ratio is usually about even, or has been, at least here in 2022. So here's Chance Ferris from Marionville, Missouri. Works for Echo Shred. That's a division of Prime Incorporated. They make rubber pellets. Chance works in sales there. He's originally from Mineral Wells, Texas, where he went to Mineral Wells High School. So with 1 on, nobody out. This one is popped. It's going to stay on the infield. Yorks calls off Braswell, and then nobody caught the ball. Both runners safe. Some confusion on the infield, perhaps, between Toby Yorks, the first baseman, and Devin Braswell, the pitcher. Not liking that are the Showmen, but trying to stay positive, at least, is the body language coming out of the dugout. And yes, ugly as it was, it goes down as an infield single for Chance Ferris. So first and second, nobody out. RJ Neese stepping up here, 1 for 3 today. 5 for 13 for the campaign. Braswell takes a look back at the runner. He thought he was going to take off. Then retreated back. Winkler. He's got speed to burn, trying to get into Braswell's head. Neese, meanwhile, has worked himself ahead 2-0. Braswell kicks and deals, swing and a miss from Neese. Showman trying to slow this down, trailing by 4 runs. Braswell working deliberately with nobody out. Trying to manage the gap, now steps off. Neese is back in. Braswell is back on. Has what he wants from Jared Fox. From the midsection comes Devin Braswell. Runner Winkler goes. Fox fires to third. That gets away from the third baseman Edwards, but Winkler belly down is going to stay put. That will allow Ferris to advance. Well, somebody's got to get charged an E there. 3-1. 2 men in scoring position now for Nixa. They lead by 4. 3 balls and a strike. Braswell fires a strike to Neese. He thought he walked. Man in charge, not buying the salesmanship there. We are full up, and now Neese is going to make him think about it a little more as he steps out. Braswell, meanwhile, saying, come on, I want to throw. 3-2. Swinging a grounder foul, so we'll set up and do it again. Activity in the pen for the Showman down that left field line. Seth Burns getting loose. I would suspect Showman are going to look for Braswell to finish this inning and then likely call on Burns for whatever remains of this game. Nothing doing in the Suckers bullpen, leading me to believe they're going to stick with Scott Wilson. Another payoff pitch. Neese reached out and took a daddy hack. Down on strikes he goes. Big punch from Devin Braswell, but he is not out of the woods yet. That's just 1 out. 2 men in scoring position. Scott Wilson bats. Scotty 4 for 7 with 4 singles. And with 4 walks to his credit, his on-base percentage, .727. Jared Fox, the catcher for the Showman, blocked a bouncer there. It's 1-0 to Wilson. Again, 5-1 is the score. Suckers have the lead, trying to add to it here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 out. Wilson swings and pops this one back. It's going to get into the seats. 1-1. Well, pace of play has slowed a little bit here in the stretch inning. Got guys stepping out. Got guys playing with their gloves. Got pitchers and catchers thinking. Breaking pitch, and Scott Wilson lifts a base hit into right. That's going to drop down. At least 1 will score for the Suckers. They put up the whoa sign. Dalton Winkler scores. That's an RBI base for Scott Wilson, his 5th hit of 2022. So in limited plate appearances, Scott Wilson working hard. 6-1 is the score. Suckers are ahead. Courtney Spitz bats next. 1 for 3 on the day is Spitzy. Nine for 18 on the season. First and third, still one out. Breaking pitch and an excuse me foul ball. Braswell has what he wants from the catcher, Fox, from the midsection. Strike. It was low, but it was not too low. Suckers catcher Courtney Spitz didn't care for it, but he is behind here, 0-2. Braswell comes set, now comes home. Oh, goodness. Looking goes Courtney Spitz. He's got to be careful here. Get out of the batter's box, my man. I know you don't like that one, but the fish are going to need you about a week from now. 2 outs go on the board. Matthew DiLeonardo is up. He's 2 for 2 today. A couple of infield singles and got hit by a pitch. So the on-base percentage just continuing to skyrocket for the native of San Jose, California. 2 outs, runners on the corners. DiLeonardo looks at a strike. Some superstitions getting violated behind me in the press box. This is supposed to be the pros. Here's a grounder. Toby Yorks, the first baseman for the Showman, did not field that in fair territory. It's an impressive snag, but strictly showmanship, that for the Showman first baseman. 0-2 now for Matthew DiLeonardo. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Devin Braswell comes set and delivers home. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Devin Braswell. But the Suckers do scratch one insurance run across. An RBI single by Scott Wilson made it happen. So 6-1 is the score. Suckers out in front of the Showman. We will go to the 8th inning. Right after this, it is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all season long right here on YouTube. And if you haven't already, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
At Big Whiskeys, we believe that great food and drink accompanied by the perfect toast can bring anyone together.
Boys, may the best day of your past be the worst day of your future.
Here's to the friends who know us well but manage to like us anyway.
Here's to my neighbor Janet for breaking down my bathroom door when I had too much soap on my hands to open it from the inside. Oxidor. Big Whiskeys, American restaurant and bar.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Just as I suspected, Scott Wilson back out to work for the Nixa Suckers. This will be the 3rd and final inning he is eligible to pitch. And then I would imagine the Suckers will turn things over to Ben Graham in an effort to close this one out. But the Showmen will try to roar their way back, and they need to do it now. This is the 8th inning. 6-1 is the score. Suckers lead the Showmen. Fish, 4 wins against a single defeat, looking to get back in the win column after stumbling against the Mountain Ducks a week ago. Coming up tonight, baseball night in the Ozarks, 6 o'clock. a few minutes before, actually, we will fire up the stream here on the GRBL YouTube channel. We will bring you the Republic Locos and the Moon City Mavericks. Playoff implications abound for both clubs in that game, a GRBL North rivalry. Here's a pop-up. That's going to be into the trouble zone. That tricky triangle between shortstop, third base, and left field is a base hit for Drew Acosta. And so Acosta's first hit of the game comes at an opportune moment. He's going to bring up a pinch hitter. This is Josh Wilbanks, 3 for 12 on the campaign as Josh. Served in the United States Marine Corps. Son Landon is 11 years old, and Josh probably be the first to tell you Landon might be the better athlete of the two. They live in Reed Spring, Missouri, but Josh originally from Douglasville, Texas. Ooh, that ran in and it hit him. Yikes. So Scott Wilson hits Josh Wilbanks. Little speed on the base paths here for the Showman. They've got Acosta and Wilbanks on, and Jamar Averyhart at the plate. I know Josh Wilbanks wanted to get himself a hit in this game, but his manager, Cole Rourke, will take him getting on base any way he can. Averyhart checked a little bit there at ball one. Jamar 1 for 2 today, has an RBI single. That came back in the second inning, and that represents the one run the Showmen have brought across. Pitch ran in there. So Averyhart 4 for 13 with 2 runs batted in, a triple, and 3 singles. 2-0, swings and sends this one. He's going to be thinking extra bases straight out of the gate as it trickles slowly to the wall in left. 1-run score. That's Acosta. Wilbanks turning it on. Averyhart's going to begrudgingly stop at second base, but a great hit by Jamar Averyhart. Scratches 2 runs across. A 2 RBI double off the bat of Jamar Averyhart makes it 6-3. And back to the top of the order go the Showmen. Carter Rennie. 0 for on the day. On second is Averyhart. Yeah, these are probably the 2 fastest guys on the Showman club. Rennie has a bunt single to his credit. Might want to think about it here against Wilson. The 1-0, instead he swings. Nice idea to try to work that right field line, but the ball carried foul. So signs of life for the Showmen, cutting the deficit to 3 in the 8th inning. 6-3 our score. Time is in the on-deck circle. Rennie brave to watch that one go by for ball 2. The 2-1. 3-1. Not liking that one over in Miller, Missouri, home of the Scott Wilson fan club. Nevertheless, 3 balls and a strike to Carter Rennie as Wilson comes set, looks back at the runner. Averyhart now comes home. That's outside, and Rennie is on. And yeah, you don't have to be too proud to take a walk in a situation like this as the tying run now comes to the plate for the Showmen. Nobody out, more importantly, for Brady Dean. Have to feel like this is critical for the Purple Gang. Averyhart takes off running. Spitz's throw down to third. Averyhart got under the tag, and they call him out as Grisham lowered the boom. Cole Rourke spring-loaded out of the dugout, trying to argue the case for Averyhart. Staying put at third. Rourke wants an explanation, and now I think he might have an argument. I'm going to have to go back and look at this one later tonight. Rourke shaking his head as they call the first out at third base. Jamar Averyhart caught stealing. It will go down. And you wonder what the implications might be for that down the road. So Carter Rennie in scoring position for the Showman. Brady Dean is the batter. 1-0 the count to him. And Courtney Spitz credited with the assist there. Dean chops one, foul, third base side. It felt like, Eric Grisham, the third baseman, had to reach up to get that ball from Courtney Spitz and then had to lower down. He was, Grisham had almost his entire body in the base path, and Avery Hart went low head first. 1-2 now. Next offering swung on, sliced off, foul, first base side. So Showman doing their part to try to make Scott Wilson labor. Down the right field line in the Suckers bullpen, Ben Graham is warming. Ball got away from Spitz. That will allow Rennie to take third. And man, you have to wonder, what if Avery Hart had been on third when that happened? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, perhaps. 2-2 to Brady Dean. Seth Burns standing ready for the Showman down in their pen. Oh, that was ripped, but ripped foul. So we will set up and do another 2-2 pitch. Dean making Scott Wilson work. Change up outside. We are full up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson missed, so runners on the corners. Brady Dean takes the walk. That's back-to-back walks for the Showman. Still 1 out on the board. And now the tying run comes to the plate again. This is Jacob Carlson. Excellent opportunity for Branson. Perhaps the most pure hitting talent on the club coming up here. 0 for 3 today. 3 flyouts to outfielders. Looks at ball 1, does Carlson. So he's fallen to 8 for 18. 2 of his hits have been for extra bases. The 1-0 swung on and lifted. This ball tailing down. It is caught in the outfield by DeLeonardo. Rennie tags up, so he will score. 6-4 for the Branson Showmen. Ball just hung up a little bit in the air for Carlson, and great job by DeLeonardo, center fielder for the Suckers, to make that grab for the second out. Goes down as a sac fly. So 6-4. Runner on first is Dean, and now David Edwards represents the tying run for the Showman. He is at the plate. 0 for 3 today is Edwards. Looked at a ball. 13 hits a season ago for Edwards as a member of the Locos. Has 5 for the Showman through 5 games. Actually 4 for him. He missed a start. Had a planned absence in there. Two and 0. Wilson missed outside. So Ben Graham continuing to warm for Nixa in the pen. 3-0. Wilson's pitch to Edwards. He had the green on 3-0. Swung out of his cleats. Steps out. Now steps back. Wilson from the chest. Edwards slaps one into center field. Back it goes over the head of DeLeonardo. Brady Dean takes off as the ball caroms. Dean is going to try to go first to home. He will. Edwards is going to get woed up at third base. An RBI triple for David Edwards makes it 6-5. The Showmen are within 1. He hit the lights out of that baseball. Did David Edwards. Might have carried out at a lot of places, but it is 400 feet to center field here, and the wall is 16 feet high, and now a Henry's towing pitching change is going to get made. So Courtney Spitz, Nixa Suckers manager, with the game-tying run standing on third, is going to the pen, and he will bring on Ben Graham. So this is now a save situation for the Nixa Suckers. What they're going to try to do, I believe, is ask Ben Graham to get a 4-out save starting here in the 8th inning. And Ben Graham has been very good for Nixa so far this season. Originally from Kansas, he's now lives in Fairplay, Missouri, but went to Emporia State University. He is 34 years old. After college, he played affiliated baseball in the Washington Nationals organization, first in the South Atlantic League with the Hagerstown Suns. That's the Class A affiliate. Went to Lowe, Vermont in the New York Penn League in 2010. So his career in affiliated baseball, 87 innings, 3.31 the ERA in 58 professional games. Gave up 84 hits, struck out 64 batters, and walked 23. So far in the Grip and Rip League, flash forward just a little less than a decade or so, Ben Graham, 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, a 0.00 ERA, and 3 saves. So Graham, last outing, pitched against the Mountain Ducks through an inning, gave up just 1 hit. And that was really all there was to speak of. The most, really, Graham has been touched was September 11th against Moon City. Had a hit, a walk, a wild pitch, and a double play. Ended up saving the day for him on September 11th against the Moon City Mavericks. Ben Graham has gone beyond 1 inning of work as a closer. That was back on August 21st, that against the Republic Locos. And that was a 2-inning save. Gave up no hits, walked 1, struck out 1 in that outing against the Locos. So this is big right here for Branson. They trail 6-5. Jared Fox up with a runner on third. That's David Edwards. And Fox is at a strike. Ben Graham missed outside with a slider. Nice job by Spitz to corral the baseball. It's 1-1 now. Jared Fox, righty against righty. Ooh, Graham ran him in. Fox said his elbow got hit. The umpire agreed. So first and third. That is the go-ahead run aboard now for the Showman. And they got to feel good. Toby Yorks is going to walk into the left-handed batter's box. Toby today, 1 for 3. Had a double back in the 2nd inning. Did that left-handed. Showmen are going to courtesy run for Fox. This is Cole Rourke himself, the Showman manager, running for his catcher. Smart base runner is Cole Rourke. Don't let the big body fool you. So 9 for 23, Toby Yorks with 4 doubles. First pitch he sees from Ben Graham, strike on the inner half. One luxury for Ben Graham is this is his first year in the league, so might be a little bit light on the advanced scouting reports. He's going to throw whatever Spitz puts down. Breaking pitch on the outer half is a looking strike. I can feel the Showman fans groaning from up here. 0-2, 2 outs. This is critical. Graham comes set, fires home. This is swung on and chopped. Up the middle it goes. Toby Yorks with an RBI base hit has just scored David Edwards and tied this game 6-6. Yorks, baby. Red Poseidon. That swing of the trident, just enough. And the Showman coming alive. 5 runs here in the 8th inning. And for the first time in his GRBL career, Ben Graham has blown a save. He could still get the win, though. Seth Burns, 1 for 2, or 1 for 3, rather, today. And if you're Nixa, yikes. Exhale deeply. Tie ball game. Seth Burns got fooled with a slider there. Absolute filth from Graham, responding at the right time. 2 outs. Keep an eye on Cole Rourke. He's the Branson runner on second base in scoring position. Burns swings, taps this one foul. So the Showman trailed at the start of this half inning, 6-1. They have come back to tie it, 6-6. 1-2 to Burns. Fastball. Down and out. Good block by Spitz. Deuce is wild. The 2-2. Spiked a fastball down in the dirt. Did Graham. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seth Burns in the pressure cooker. Graham comes set. Payoff pitch. He missed outside. He walked him. And so it continues. Seth Burns takes the free pass. Going to bring up Drew Acosta with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the 8th in a tie ball game. This, Drew Acosta, is what you signed up for. As the Showmen have batted around, Acosta's second plate appearance this inning. Looked at a ball outside. Acosta singled to get this inning started for Branson. That was off of Scott Wilson, so first time he has seen Ben Graham in his career. Ooh, it's a great fastball. Acosta got jammed up, and it is 1-1. And Graham threw that with some fury behind it. 1-1. Graham again missing outside. That has become a consistency issue for the 34-year-old veteran. Two balls and a strike to Drew Acosta. That time he caught the outer half for a strike. 2-2 now. The farmer Ben Graham against the petroleum engineer Drew Acosta. 2 outs, bases loaded. Oh, swing and a miss. Graham got him to chase, and so we stay tied. But the bottom line, that was a monstrous 5-run inning for the Branson Showmen. We are tied 6-6. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
What gets me out of bed every morning is the possibility of helping people. I want to give people back their peace of mind. I want to know they have a fighter in their corner when they've been a victim of someone else's negligence to help put their lives back together. I want them to know it's going to be okay. Our creative toll torpedo is tell them you do business. We want our clients to know that when they hire our law firm, the insurance companies are going to take them seriously. They're going to take their case serious. We leave no stone unturned to preparing a case. We are on the cutting edge of trial technology. We have 2 decades of trial experience in representing injured clients. We become a part of our client's struggle and take on that burden. We get our clients the justice they deserve. That's the rewarding part. Look on their face, their appreciation.
They know that our team has gone to battle for them and we have come out victorious. That is the most rewarding part.
We have carried their burden. We have walked in their steps. We have fought their fight.
It's a crooked number by the Branson Showmen. 5 runs they put up in the top of the 8th inning, and they have come all the way back from a 6-1 deficit to tie it up 6-6. Showman and Suckers locked up, and it is a Henry's Towing pitching change as the Branson Showmen call on the right-hander Seth Burns, and a big-time situation for number 7 here, 30 years old, a right-hander out of Evangel University, originally from Stoutland, Missouri, has had a tremendous 2022. 10 innings pitched through 5 games. He's allowed 3 earned runs on 7 hits, 12 strikeouts to 6 walks, a 2.70 ERA, and a 1-0 win-loss record. Seth was actually a member of the Nixa Suckers a season ago, through 24 2/3 for Courtney Spitz that year. 9 earned runs on 26 hits, 28 Ks against 16 walks, hit a batter, threw a couple of wild pitches, resulting in earned runs. So a 3.28 ERA for Seth Burns a season ago. But so far here in 2022, he has increased his efficiency. He has kept more earned runs off the board, and he factors to be a large part of the hopes and dreams of the Branson Showmen going forward into October. First batter he will face is Josh Wentler. Trying to decipher this. Wentler is hitting in J.D. Payne's position in the order, so this is the 6th spot. Looks like it's going to be Wentler. Then they've got Ben Graham in the on-deck circle, but I don't think that is... He would be entering at another spot in the order. I don't think that's right. Meanwhile, 1 and 2 to Wentler, make it 2 and 2. I don't think they can do that. He's got Graham up there in what would be Eric Grisham's position. As there is a strikeout looking. So yeah, they're sending Ben Graham up in the 7th spot. Problem is he started this game in the 9th spot. Maybe somebody can come up here and tell me I'm crazy. I don't know. But this is a, I do not believe this to be correct by the re-entry rules. Nevertheless, Ben Graham is up there. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Burns comes home with an off-speed pitch. That's high and out of the zone. 2-0. Fastball from Seth Burns, down for a strike. Two and one here, 1 out on the board. 6-6 is the score. Graham lifts this one up. It is into shallow center field. Ranging back is Skyler Henson, and the Showman's second baseman makes the catch for the out. So legality aside, Graham is retired, and it brings up Matt Graves. And Graves hitting in the 8th spot. Yeah, that's, you know, I don't like to toot my own horn too much, but I think I'm correct. Matt Graves, 0-1 on the day. Woo, got tied up by some inside heat. Graves bailed out. 0-1 with 2 outs on the board. Tie ball game. Curveball for a strike, and Seth Burns quickly ahead here, 0-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Burns comes home, missed up and out of the zone. 1-0. Fielders playing Graves pretty well straight away. Seth Burns fires a strike on the inner half. Graves not liking it. Nevertheless, a big strikeout for Seth Burns. And we will go to the 9th with the score. Nixa 6, Branson 6. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free right here on YouTube.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
So Ben Graham back to work for the Nixa Suckers, top of the ninth. Our commercial-free ninth inning brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks. So Ben Graham suffered a blown save in the top of the eighth. But he has been electrifying. His ERA still spotless. The run he gave up, that was an inherited runner from his predecessor, Scott Wilson. But everything belongs to Graham from here on out for the Suckers as Skyler Henson chops one to third. Dustin Bean got the ball to the third baseman, or to the first baseman rather, for the out. That's still Josh Wentler over there playing first. So Henson is retired, brings up the number 10 position in the order, Jamar Averyhart. Averyhart 2 for 3 today with 3 runs batted in, a single, a double, 3 runs driven across. Looked at a strike there. Graham's next offering swung on. This is grounded to short. Winkler on the second hop comes up with it. His ball to Wentler in time to get the out. So 2 grounders served up in quick succession for Ben Graham, former Washington Nationals farmhand. Carter Rennie up here. Took a walk last time. 0 for 3 on the day is Rennie. Fastball for a strike. Carter Rennie from Licking, Missouri. 21 years old, facing the 34-year-old Ben Graham, who, about to say would have been in junior high school when Carter was born. Graham ran that one in, hit Rennie right in the back. A little bit of frustration in Carter's body language there as he takes the jog down to first. That could not have felt good. So here's Brady Dean, who has been working the count all day. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he has walked 3 times. So Brady Dean doing the job of a scrappy leadoff man and getting on. Dean has now walked 7 times in this, his GRBL rookie campaign, leading the league in that category. If you're the Showman, you just need base runners here. 2 outs in the ninth. Doesn't have to be pretty. They're just looking to scratch a run across. Tied up 6-6 with the Suckers. Nixa, meanwhile, looking to shut the door here, and then we'll try to walk it off in the ninth. 2-0 to Brady Dean. Graham fires a fastball low. 3-0. Jacob Carlson in that on-deck circle, salivating at the idea of Dean getting on here. 3-0 pitch. Swing and a foul ball back to the screen. Three and one. Both bullpens are quiet, so this is going to be Graham versus Burns For a while, anyway. There's a check throw. Rennie just... Oh, my goodness, they call him out. Wentler applied the tag. That is a pick. And now Cole Rourke, the Branson manager, has just been ejected. And the field umpire just gave Cole Rourke the gate. And this is the commercial-free ninth, so we're going to keep it here. Rourke, just the first time in his GRBL managerial career that he has been ejected. He wants to talk to the plate umpire now. But he is going to have to pass along some orders because he has been shown the door. Now the Showmen have an assistant coach on staff, Dane Schaff. We'll see if Rourke follows orders, collects his bag, and gets out of here. But he has been tossed. Shaking his head in disbelief. We stay tied 6-6 meanwhile. Suckers are going to come to bat in the bottom of the ninth. And that, so yeah, Carter Rennie called. It's picked off over there at first. Nice move by Ben Graham. And Josh Wentler got the tag down, said the field umpire. Rourke came out to protest and was pretty quickly, that field umpire pointed to him and pointed to the exit. Well, Rourke has at least gone back in the dugout. The Showman, in light of that distraction, will try to play some defense here and send this one to extras. It's going to be Chandler Maples, Dalton Winkler, and Hayden Gibson scheduled to bat, although Gibson was lifted for Chance Ferris. So, yeah, it'll be Maples, Winkler, and Ferris for the Suckers if the scorecard holds. They could re-enter Hayden Gibson, perhaps. Seth Burns' first pitch to Chandler Maples. Swung on. High chopper to David Edwards, and the Showman third baseman makes the play for the first out. So one away here in the bottom of the ninth. 6-6 is the score. Showman and Suckers all knotted up. Dalton Winkler from Buffalo, Missouri stands in. Seth Burns starts him off with a fastball that caught the outside corner for a strike. Oh and 1. Breaking pitch from Burns for strike 2. So Seth Burns dialing it in. The 0-2 with one out. Breaking pitch, swung on, lofted foul. That's going to carry into the seats. It will stay in the lower bowl on the third base side. Oh and 2 now. Fourth pitch of the plate appearance, Dalton Winkler. Looked at a pitch high and out of the zone. One ball, two strikes. Ooh, that one a breaking pitch with no break. Seth Burns fired high and tight. It's 2-2. Swing and a foul ball back to the screen. We'll do it again. So Winkler working Seth Burns deep into the pitch count on this plate appearance. 8th pitch of the sequence coming up here. Swing and a miss. Burns took Winkler upstairs. That's a big strikeout there for Seth. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Tie ball game, nobody on, and it will be Ferris for the Suckers. Had an infield single in the 7th. So extra innings could be a possibility here between the Showman and the Suckers. Ferris, of course, would like to prove me wrong. Burns came at him with a high fastball, 1-0. Next pitch. Heat on the inner half. Strike 1. Don't forget, coming up tonight, scheduled to start at 6, it's the Republic Locos and the Moon City Mavericks on baseball night in the Ozarks. Dane Schaff and I will have the call of that one for you right here on the Grip and Rip Baseball League YouTube channel. So make sure and hit that subscribe button, and then you won't miss the alert as soon as we go live. 2-1, breaking ball. Ferris swings. That's going to carry into the seats on the first base side. Second strike. Two, 2, and 2. Burns comes home, ran that inside. It's a full house. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chance Ferris. Last hope for the Suckers in the 9th, anyway. Swing and a miss. Seth Burns records back-to-back strikeouts. And yes, we will head 2 extra innings, all tied up 6-6. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, and it's live and free right here on YouTube.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Into extras we go. Ben Graham pitching for the Nixa Suckers, Brady Dean. And now the commissioner, Tony Lewis, sending down some vocals from the press box. He is going to head down to the field to make sure these teams start the format correctly. So, I believe the California tiebreaker might be in effect. Yes, indeed. So Carter Rennie going out to run at second base. So yeah, in the regular season, that is how it works. I needed a little refresher myself. In the playoffs, the situation would be different, but during the regular season, a runner starts on second in extras. No outs on the board. Brady Dean steps in for the Showman. So 6-6 is the score. Rennie is the runner on second base by virtue of making the last out. Dean showed bunt, pulled it back. Ball 1 out of the hand of Ben Graham. So the commissioner, Tony Lewis, stepping in there. Making sure all was right. Again, regular season. That is the format for extras. Oh, and Graham grip locked the ball, and that hit Brady Dean on the leg. That was high enough that it did not catch the shin guard. That hit meat, and he's hurting. So Graham plunks Dean. Going to bring up Jacob Carlson with runners on first and second. So Carlson with a big opportunity here for Branson in the 10th. Nobody out. Suckers going over procedures on the infield here. Who do you hold? What do you do in an effort to keep runs off the board? Who's covering what? They're guarding the lines on the corners anyway. Nothing and nothing to Carlson. Bouncer in the dirt makes it 1-0. Well, Jacob Carlson today, 0 for 3, does have a sacrifice fly. RBI lifts this one in the air into right field. That is tailing down the line. 1 run will score, and it gets away from the right fielder. Dean gets the wave from the third base coach, Dane Schaff. Jacob Carlson gets the go sign as well. And that, my friends, is the most exciting play in baseball. The inside the park home run by Jacob Carlson. 3 runs go on the board, and it is 9-6. Jacob Carlson got a hold of that, and any inside the park home run is going to take a little bit of help, but he got a little bit of help. A slight misplay out there in right field, and with Carlson's speed, he took full advantage. 9-6, and then a throw goes behind and off the back of David Edwards. Ben Graham, Nix's pitcher, walking over quickly to apologize for that. So David Edwards is on. Jared Fox is the batter. Jared Fox had an RBI triple. Nope, check that. Yeah, RBI triple last time up. So 1 for 3 today is Fox. Showed bunt. And now Edwards might get caught. No, he did not. He got back safely. 9-6 in the 10th inning. Jacob Carlson. That's exactly why he was drafted where he was for the Branson Showmen. An inside the park home run. Scores 3. And the Showman could add to it here. Still nobody out. Perhaps a little energized for the Showman after what happened. Their manager, Cole Rourke, got the gate before we started extras. There's a wild pitch from Graham. And understandably, I think his focus has gone away a little bit. Runner advances. So the man in scoring position is Edwards. Graham throws the 2-2 to Fox. Swing and a chopper foul. And if you're Branson, looking ahead a little bit, Seth Burns can come on and pitch in the 10th. By virtue of Henson going 5, Braswell going 2. So Burns can give you another. Do another 2-2. Breaking ball, Fox again fouls it back. So he is working Graham. Trying to get his count up. Graham. Comes home and misses outside. Full count. Swing, and this is going to get through on the left side. Jared Fox with a base hit. There will hold David Edwards at third, and Fox is going to motor up and take second on a little bit of a misplay by the Suckers left fielder. Toby Yorks comes up next. So second and third are the runners for Toby. York's in the 6th spot today. Down goes Yorks, and that will bring up Seth Burns. Still just one out on the board. Showman. Get my scorecard sorted out a little bit. Burns swings and fouls one back to the screen. So Seth in the 7th spot. Singled back in the 2nd inning. Oof, looked at that on the outer half, and just like that, Burns goes down looking. 3rd strikeout of the game for Ben Graham. Drew Acosta bats. Wild pitch, and Graham gets the throw from Spitz. Not in time. David Edwards scores. And so it is now 10-6. Graham, the pitcher, talking things over with the plate umpire real briefly. Drew Acosta got clear of the action. It's 10-6 now. The little bit of debate continues. 2 outs on the board. Top of the 10th, so the Suckers will get the same opportunity Branson got. They will start the bottom of the 10th with a runner on second base, nobody out. The 1-0 to Acosta swung on and missed for strike one. What a comeback this has been for the Branson Showmen. At one point trailed 6-1. There's a liner up the middle. Oh, and then the ball just died. Went from being a hopper to a grounder. So another run comes across. It's an RBI base hit for Drew Acosta. A little bit unconventional, but I'm sure he will take it. Brings up Skyler Henson. So 11-6. Henson bats. Henson watched that go past for strike one. So if you're the Showman, you got to feel good about putting up a crooked number in the top half of an extra inning. Henson lifts one into center field, and it will continue. Acosta, the lead runner, is going to stop at second base, but the Marionville Comet gets a clutch base hit there, and he is on, as is Acosta, for Avery Hart. Avery Hart today, 2 for 4, 3 runs batted in, a single and a double. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Slider for a strike there. Pretty pitch from Ben Graham. Next offering, another slider, another strike. So Graham trying to knuckle down here. 0-2. Same thing, they set up outside. Avery Hart did not give chase. It's now 1-2. Graham takes a moment here in the 10th. Comes home, again missing outside. So, the misses have been consistent for Ben Graham today. Everything missing out to the right-handers. Fired that one on the inner half, and he gets Avery Hart looking. So the top of the 10th is over, but not before the Branson Showmen put up 5 runs. 11-6 is the score. We will go to the bottom of the 10th, where it will be sink or swim for the Nixa Suckers right after this.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
To the bottom of the 10th we go. Opportunity knocking for the Branson Showmen. 11-6 is their lead after they put up 5 runs in the top of the 10th, but same California tiebreaker rules apply. Nixa Suckers will get to start the bottom of this 10th inning with a runner on second base, nobody out. So Chance Ferris will be the runner as he made the last out in the 9th. And a good part of the batting order as well coming up for the Suckers. It'll be R.J. Neese, Scott Wilson, and Courtney Spitz. So if you had to draw it up, what you would want in this situation, again, sink or swim, down 5, they must score at least 5 to extend the game. 6 would win. It's a tall order, but nothing is impossible in baseball. R.J. Neese steps in. First pitch he sees from Seth Burns, a strike on the outer half. R.J. Neese 1 for 4 today, struck out last time. And an infield single back in the first. 0-1 from Seth Burns, breaking pitch, no. Missed on the inside. Showman trying to rebound from a setback they suffered last week and improve to 3-3. 2 balls and a strike to R.J. Neese. Burns takes a look back at the runner. Ferris now deals. Fastball up and out of the zone. 3 balls and a strike. Shaky start here for the bottom of the 10th. Here comes the 3-1. He walked him. So R.J. Neese takes the stroll. And he is on for Scott Wilson. Left-handed cattleman with speed to burn. Originally from Neosho, Missouri, now Miller. Second year in the GRBL. Came into the day 4 for 7 1 for 1 today, so 5 for 8 with 2 runs batted in. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Wilson swings and sends this one foul. Third base side, up into the seats and out of play. Burns back on the rubber. Wilson back in the box. 0-2 pitch. Bounced a fastball, got away from the catcher Fox, fires to third. Sweep tag, no, he did not get Chance Ferris. Slid in around and in front of the tag of the third baseman Edwards, so he's safe. So 2 men in scoring position now for the Fish with nobody out. 1 and 2. Scott Wilson still in the hunt. Burns got him on the inner half. Strikeout looking, 1 down. So that'll bring up Courtney Spitz. Came into the day leading the league in hits. Still does, as a matter of fact, with 10 of them in 6 games now. Breaking pitch, swung on, fouled off. And Courtney Spitz, very familiar with Seth Burns. This is a pitcher he himself managed and caught just a season ago. So Seth Burns should not have anything in the bag that would surprise Courtney Spitz. Here comes an 0-1. Swung on. Burns did well to work him inside there. Got Spitz to pull that foul ball. So Seth going right at him, kind of knowing element of surprise probably not there. And Spitz broke a bat, so he's going to have to go get a new stick. And being a little bit deliberate in selecting it. You will ultimately get one from Matthew DiLeonardo, probably looking for a certain size or weight of baseball bat. Into the box he goes. 0-2, 1 out rather. Runners on second and third for the Suckers, trailing by 5. Seth Burns rocks and fires. Spitz swings in the air into shallow center. It goes. It will drop. Base hit. 1 run will score for the Suckers. They hold the runner on third, and then Spitz motors up to take second base. So it's an RBI and a base hit for Courtney Spitz, and the game continues. 11-7 is the score. Runners on second and third for Matthew DiLeonardo. What a hitter he has been all season long. 2 for 3 today. Young man from San Jose, California. Seth Burns threw him a fastball. DiLeonardo lifts this one down the left field line. That's going to be extras. Neese scores. It's 11-8. Spitz scores. It's 11-9. An RBI double down the left field line for Matthew DiLeonardo. And all of a sudden, the tying run comes to the plate for the Nixa Suckers. Josh Wentler has the bat in his hand. (11-9), and now a defensive move being made here. And Dane Schaff is going to go out. He is the acting manager for the Showman, so he's out to visit with Seth Burns. Jacob Carlson being summoned in from center field. And are they going to change? Are they going to ask Carlson to come on? Jacob Carlson, if that is the case, has not pitched at all this season for the Showman. Did not pitch at all a season ago for Moon City, but well, for the moment, they're going to stick with him. Avery Hart has gone out to center field. Dean has gone to left. Yeah, Dane Schaff has asked Carlson, I believe, to go get loose. nonetheless, we play on 11-9, 1 out, tying run is at the plate for Nixa. That's Josh Wentler. The runner on second is D. Leonardo. Burns fires home. D. Leonardo just put the wood to it and fouled it back. And Ben Graham is on the on-deck circle once again for Nixa. The 1-1 to Wentler. Breaking ball swung on and missed. So Seth Burns trying to bow his neck here. Ahead, 1-2. 2-run cushion. Wentler puts this one in the air into right. That's going to get down for a base hit. First and third. So that is 3 consecutive hits by the Suckers. And now the tying run is on. Nice piece by Josh Wentler, taking what was given. Ben Graham comes to the plate. He represents the go-ahead. Still 1 out. Fastball for a strike from Seth Burns, 4-seam. 3 runs here in the bottom of the 10th for the Suckers. They need 2 more to tie. 3 would win. Breaking ball on the inner half to Graham for a strike, and Burns is quickly ahead 0-2. He's been here before on 2-strike pitches. 0-2. Breaking ball swung on, chopped, foul. Again, runners on first and third. D. Leonardo, the runner at third. Josh Wentler, the runner at first for Nixa. Graham is the batter. 1 out on the board. 0-2 here in the bottom of the 10th. Swing and a foul ball back. Graham just gets a piece. Fifth pitch of the AB. The third 0-2 is a strike by Seth Burns. Showman fans loving that, and the Nixa Suckers are down to their final out. But it's not over yet. Matt Graves will draw the assignment and come to the dish. Oh for 2 today is Graves. Seth Burns. One of the runs he has allowed this inning unearned by virtue of that California tiebreaker rule. There's a fastball for a strike. Showman crowd clapping with every strike right now. Big chance for Branson to pull the robbery. Graves swings at strike 2. 11-9 is the score. Bottom of the 10th. Runners on first and third. Seth Burns with the chance to bring Branson its third win. He comes set. Kicks and deals, swing and a miss. He got him. A strikeout for Seth Burns. And when it counted the most, Seth Burns got 2 strikeouts to finish the game. 5 strikeouts. No, make that 6 strikeouts in 3 innings of work for Seth Burns today. And he will share the Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game award. Yeah, he gave up 3 in the 10th inning, but he is the day's winning pitcher, helping Branson cap off a major comeback. 11-9. They win this game, defeating the Nixa Suckers. That is 2 consecutive losses for the Fish, so they dropped to 4-2, still in first place in the GRBL South, but now the Showman and the Mountain Ducks both 3-3. So still anyone's game, that race for the first round bye in the GRBL South Division. Seth Burns sharing our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game honors. He will do so with Jacob Carlson. So Carlson on the day 1 for 4, but the 1 was a biggie, a 3 RBI inside the park home run in the 10th, made the score 9-6, and that helped to propel the Showman to this win. Also, would be remiss not to mention Drew Acosta was at the plate when a wild pitch made it 10-6, and then he hit an RBI single to make it 11-6 in the 10th. A big 5-run extra frame for the Branson Showmen, and that is a tremendous reason why today they are winners, 11-9 over the Suckers. We will talk things over with some representatives for the Branson Showman Club when we come back. We'll take a little break here. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all day on YouTube.
Let's talk about some of the dynamic athletes who played in the Negro Leagues. And I always look at it this way. When I see a LeBron James or I see Michael Jordan come back trying to play baseball, those were athletes that would have been in the Negro Leagues. There's no other professional option.
No question. The greatest athletes in the world played baseball because that was really the only way that you could make a living in a team sport. And if you wanted to be a prize fighter and get in the ring with Joe Louis, go right ahead. Not too many people were making that business decision.
Negro League baseball, all you needed was a bus, a couple of sets of uniforms. You could have 20 of the best athletes that ever lived.
They could have played anything. Jackie Robinson's weakest sport was like with baseball.
Robbie's coming to the plate. He steals it.
He was a much better basketball, football, track athlete, hell, some say an even better tennis player.
Well, I don't know what kind of a man I am, but I think I'm a pretty good ball player.
Guys like Nat Sweetwater Clifton, who was the first African-American to sign a contract in the NBA. He's a 6'7", 6'8" first baseman for the Chicago American Giants. Goose Tatum, who was perhaps the game's first real two-sport professional star, invented the hook shot, is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, was a slick fielding first baseman for the Indianapolis Clowns. So that's the kind of athlete that the Negro Leagues were drawing.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
Hi, everyone. This is Bob Costas, and I'd like to tell you about an interesting new baseball book, A Year of Playing Catch by Ethan Bryan. A Year of Playing Catch is the story of how a lifelong fan was inspired to take a whimsical journey of discovery and the power of our national pastime to forge lasting connections. You can pick up your copy after any Ozark Mountain Ducks game or from your favorite bookseller or online. That's A Year of Playing Catch.
This coffee just isn't doing it for me today.
You say that every morning.
Yeah, I just can't get my day started.
You should really try Sumit's Hot Yoga. They have early morning classes, and trust me, it wakes you up better than coffee.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hawkins with Key Cornerstone Realty, here to help with all your real estate needs in the St. Louis area. Do you have a house you want to sell for top dollar? We can help. With over 15 years of experience, our negotiating skills and expertise can help buyers and sellers get under contract fast. Contact us at keycornerstonerealty.com or call us at 636-447-8661. And go Locos!
I'm Nicole Hartnell with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sardi McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
What gets me out of bed every morning is the possibility of helping people. I want to get people back their peace of mind. I want to know they have a fighter in their corner when they've been the victim of someone else's negligence to help put their lives back together. I want them to know it's going to be okay. Our creed at Toll People is tell them you need business. We want our clients to know that when they hire our law firm, the insurance companies are going to take them seriously. They're going to take their case serious. We leave no stone unturned in preparing your case. We are on the cutting edge of trial technology. We have 2 decades of trial experience in representing injured clients. We become a part of our clients' struggle and take on that burden. We get our clients the justice they deserve. That's the rewarding part. The look on their face, their appreciation.
They know that our team has gone to battle for them and we have come out victorious. That is the most rewarding part.
We have carried their burden. We have walked in their steps. We have fought their fight.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Do you want to?
And we welcome you back live to U.S. Baseball Park. 11-9. Final score in 10 innings. The Branson Showmen are winners. Ransberger joined by our winning pitcher for today's game, Seth Burns, and our other Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game, Jacob Carlson. And Seth, kind of off the air just before we got started here, heard you exhale sharply, and then you said, "Good to win." Let's elaborate on that a little more. How good is it to win and improve to 3-3?
Right. We, I think as the season has progressed, we kind of feel like we've underachieved a little bit. We feel like we are. I'm at least I feel this way. I'm sure Jake feels the same way. But we feel like we're the best team in the league now. I'm sure we're not alone in that with other teams as well. But we feel like in our losses that we've made a lot of self-inflicted mistakes and just haven't gotten the job done. But when we've played well, we've won. So it's it's always good to come up here and win.
So Jacob, you guys at one point in this game, it was you had a 1-0 lead, felt pretty good, and then all of a sudden it was 6-1, and I thought, oh no, it's another one of those days for the Showman. But what kind of resilience does it take for you guys to battle back and crawl out of that hole?
Yeah, it's one big inning to kind of get down 5-1 and we just kind of battle back. You got to go in and thinking every at bat is a new at bat, and you just kind of try and string some together, some walks, some hits, just get guys on and keep it moving.
Had a couple of hard hit balls to the outfield, kind of in the early going in this game. Those are maybe hits on other days, but the hit you had was a biggie in the 10th, an inside the park homer. Tell me what you saw coming in there from Ben Graham.
Yeah, I think it might have been my softest hit ball of the day, but it kind of just rode that line and dropped in fair. I actually caught it a little bit of a jam piece, but it just kind of flared away from the outfielder. And I was thinking 2 out of the box, and then I heard the cheering and tried to turn it on.
Well, yeah, most inside the park home runs, take a little bit of help there. So what were you thinking as you came around? Got a look at Dane Schaff, I think, was coaching third, and he was telling you go.
I just put my head down and run. I was trying to catch Brady in front of me. So
yeah, pretty aggressive base running, but it paid off for you there. So Seth, after being part of that offensive outburst there in the 10th, what's going through your mind as you go out there to take the baseball? Bottom of the 10th, man, and probably arguably the biggest pitching opportunity of your GRBL career right there.
Right. And admittedly, I wish I could have made it a little bit prettier than it was. But no, anytime you get a cushion like that, I mean, it just makes your job so much easier. You feel like you have so much more room to work with, and it kind of takes the pressure off. And it's big, and I kind of pushed it to the limit there. But anytime you have a lead, especially a multiple run lead, it just makes life easy for you on the mound.
Yeah. So this is your 3rd year, I know, in the GRBL. We've seen pretty steady improvement for you as it has gone on. What's the secret? Is it mental? Is it knowing how to prepare a little bit better?
I think it's a combination of both. I mean, admittedly, the first year, the nerves really get to you the first time you take the mound, or really the first few times you take the mound. You're just not used to it. You haven't been in that type of a situation in a decade or close to it. So, you just get more comfortable, and you make some observations mechanically. Try to go back to. You just have to remember how to pitch and remember what it takes to do it. So, it's just. You just progressively get better and get back into the groove in it, and it's worked out. So
I know you live on a farm out north and east of here. What's the drive for you on a Sunday one way?
I'm going to say that it's roughly an hour 10. I can be in Springfield, at least the city limits of Springfield, within an hour, but obviously Ozark's on the other side. But
Sure.
It's nothing crazy.
It's still some dedication though. You
Right,
must
right.
love this stuff.
Yeah, I come up here and I go to the cattle auction here in Springfield every Wednesday. So it's a drive that I'm very accustomed to. So nothing out of the ordinary.
Pickup truck knows the way.
Right, exactly.
So Jacob, I know it's a little different for you. Growing up in Nixa, and now you live in Ozark. So just
10 minutes.
nice short trip to the park. But for you, I know you winning a title a season ago with Moon City. You're on a very talented Branson team that seems to be finding things at the right time. So, you're not just a key contributor, but a leader for this club. What would it mean to put together a run at the right time?
Well, I think especially because we have some new guys that haven't been in the league and they're finding success too. And I think it's just, it's what we come out here to strive for every year. And, we've gotten down in a couple games and we've always found a way back into it. And I think that always is a big bonus when you know that even if you're down big early, you got that fight in you, and that will help in the playoffs for sure.
So you just knocked Nixa down to 4-2. The Mountain Ducks fell to the Metropolitans earlier today, so they're 3-3. You guys are 3-3. That GRBL South Division still in play for you guys. You might need a little help, but next week at noon you get Moon City. That's your opportunity to do your part. Any thoughts on playing the Mavericks?
I think we just got to take care of business. Come out and play our game, try and limit the mistakes, and just hold them when we do make those mistakes and keep putting the bat on the ball.
Right. I know their record isn't very impressive, but I know they have some guys. I know they've thrown. They've been good on the mound. They just haven't really been able to put it together offensively. But they've got some guys in their lineup that are solid that I played with Brady Welsh and Joe Emery. So I mean, they're fully capable of beating you if you don't bring your game. So
I said you guys will need a little bit of help, but still possible. Anything is possible in the GRBL, and that's why we love it. So congratulations on a great win today, guys.
Thank you.
This is Jacob Carlson and Seth Burns from the Branson Showmen, 11-9. They win in 10 innings today. A major come-from-behind victory over the Nixa Suckers. So that's going to chase us. We will shut down this stream, come back and bring you the Moon City Mavericks and the Republic Locos right after this. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching Grip and Rip Baseball live and free right here on YouTube from US Baseball Park. Back with our baseball night in the Ozarks game in a few minutes. But until then, good night from Ozark, Missouri.